What up? All right, listen. So I've got an action plan interface here that I showed that it's got goals, goal templates, and task templates. And it's kind of cool. Let me just show you. It's kind of cool. So these are based off of kind of an existing design. I didn't really understand the requirements. And so it's separate, right? There's goals that have a planner method, but then there's separate tasks. But this isn't great user experience. In fact, there should be goals with associated tasks within them. And so let's go ahead and use using Chill Out Jazz House Mix. Okay, turn that down. We're going to go ahead and use v0.dev and show you how I would iterate on this. I could try to imagine in Figma and move things around and find more examples, but it's a little bit easier to just explain exactly what I want, right? Thinking kind of conceptually rather than visually, right? So let's imagine an interface that contains goals and the ability to create goals. They should have a plan, associated with them, a date of completion, then subtasks for that goal. I should be able to create, edit, update, and delete these types of items, as well as cross off tasks within the goals. I think so, like that's right. So that's what I can think of so far. And a lot of times just seeing something and playing with it will, change how things go. I don't need to understand any of that code, right? I just need to look at the interface that it creates. Okay, it's still going. Right off the bat, this needs to be a little bit bigger, right? Okay, goal title, let's say improve financial stability. Goal plan is to track expenses, build a budget, and stick to it. Let's go 1 month. Oops. Okay. So we've got this sort of interface here. Work on okay. So feels all right. I was thinking that you'd be able to create the subtasks while you're creating the goal. Let's make it better. It's too narrow, so I'll give that feedback. Secondly, I want to create the subtasks while creating the goal, not after it's created. So like just using it for a couple seconds, I'm like, oh, that feels weird. That like my brain is like, alert, alert. This is an uncommon pattern, or like, this isn't what I would expect, or why is it so narrow? Max width 6XL. Oh, maybe it's the screen size? Okay, weird. All right. Now it's too big, but that's all right. We still gotta get the idea, and I can use it. Ooh. Do I have to? Oh, it's just, okay. Why is this not usable? Refresh. Okay. Oof. It's tidy, man. Okay. Check finances with right. Okay, so it's not giving me the check because it's not there yet. The goal plan, track expenses and stick to budget. Okay. Nothing is screaming, you know, bad to me. So let's add goal. Ooh. Okay. So this is good for me to work with. So what I can either do two things. I can either take a screenshot of it, or I can, you know, so what I want to do right now is pull it to Figma and just have it in Figma, touch things up, but I could just bring this directly to code and iterate from there. Like, I don't like where this edit button is in relationship to this delete button. They're too close together. There's too much space here. Not sure what that's all about. Obviously, this component is kind of sitting by itself, but let's go look at what it looks like in context of the whole thing. So, I'm going to take this and I just want to iterate whatever. I find it so hard to like, I like clean slates, right? So, okay. So now I'm essentially, I could use HTML to design and pull in these types of things, but in fact, I want to use some things I've already created, or use these components that I have, right? So like input dropdown. Actually, no, I don't want an input dropdown from my component library. I want a input. So I'm going to swap this instance. Okay, I'm going to turn off the help icon. Enter goal title, give this a label. Okay. So let me just drop this here. We're going to go text, create new goal. Let's go display extra small, create new goal. So you guys kind of get the idea. Goal plan. Mm-hmm. 360 is nice. Completion date. Date picker. Date picker. Type. Does this have a date? Aha! Completion target. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Subtasks. So I want a button. Just gonna grab this. Actually, I'll grab this. Change this to a plus. Looking really clean. I do want like sort of a section header for this, so I'll just steal this text. Cool. That's looking nice. So another state of this would be we've added a subtask. We've added a subtask. Oop, I just want this to hug. Now, with this, I want its own button. So I'm just going to take this from this, go here, and then go icon only. And then this will be the delete button. Clean. So now we've got a couple states. I'm trying to think of any other states. So I like that. Now I don't like this as much, but it's kind of cool, right? So it's like, where does this live? Does this live out in the interface? Well, they're only going to do this once, basically. So if I'm thinking about where this is and how it's displayed and all that type of stuff, I don't necessarily want to pull this into this whole interface because you're not going to use it that frequently. So this list view of the goals is better. And I almost want to do like, let's remove the checkboxes. I almost want to see the tasks within them, but it's like, do I keep them out or do I like push them in an accordion? Probably keep them out. From what I've seen, most people don't have that many goals like in this interface. So they might only have this. The way they did it here was just checkboxes. Which, let me just go grab one of those. Checkbox. Okay. So let's go here. Being able to just come up with copy that makes sense. I think people don't talk about that enough. It really just helps. Download expense tracking app. What else is someone going to do with a financial goal? They're going to create a list of fixed expenses, rent, etc. Okay. So I'm going to drop these in. I have to detach this kind of. And then I want to go here, and then I want to go here. And what's going on here? So it's beginning to take shape. This table won't, like, initially I had thought maybe it's a table, but this isn't a table. This is more like a card, right? Similar to this, but so I want this, oops. Maybe this is better in a badge. Yeah. Oops, I'm typing down here in this chat. Okay, let's just iterate on the list view of goals and their associated tasks. So like I'm ideating, but I'm gonna go back and forth. This is kind of interesting. I like the progress bar. It doesn't feel right in this because it's subtasks. Can you think of another way to track progress on tasks without using a progress bar? Ooh, using a grid of colored squares. Interesting. So I'm saying that's interesting, but let's come up with about 5 different ideas before we choose and implement one. Okay, so I do like the actions in the top right corner. Whoops. So I'm going to do edit. I don't know why you would delete a goal and why you'd want it available at the top level. I'm going to hide the delete button inside of the edit. So like once you turn into edit, the delete button will show up at the bottom. I don't want them next to each other. You know, these goals in particular, they won't change much. Okay. So growing plant visualization, mountain climbing visual. Okay. Let's do a circle. Let's do a circle graph rather than a bar graph. What do you think? It can be pretty small. Ooh. Let's see what we got. I think that's it. So I'm saying let's work on organization hierarchy. The progress bar belongs either at the very top level or next to the subtasks. We need to decrease the vertical space between the header and the content. We need to bring the subtasks out of the accordion. We want them visible at all times. So that's kind of interesting. Right, this is kind of like what's this called? It's a bit like naive, underdeveloped. I'm imagining a line. So like let's go this. How do we do this in? Cool. Why am I trying things with this? I don't love how far away this is. It just like here, it's out of place, right? Principle of UX is like things that are friends are close together. Hold on, let's just for a second so I see where we're at. I don't want this. I want... Ooh, that's better already. No. I'm liking it. Then in the edit state, what would it look like in the edit state? do I just pop this open again? Right? Like, so that's an option. Like, I hate how the delete button. Okay.
$20 bill on the street. Oh, 20, a 50, a 100, doesn't matter. Just free money on the street. Or have you found money like in one of your jackets? Same thing.
Hmm.
I'm just saying. You know, sex is good. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, have you ever? Have you ever? Have you
Why
ever?
isn't this border showing up? Should have a border, right? Oh. Okay. Hmm. Let's see what it looks like if I move this, move this, 0, 32, stroke on the bottom, remove the curve. Actually, this is not what you'd see. You'd see this. Cool. I like it. Something is still not quite right. Maybe it's the spacing here. Yeah. Yep, there we go. All right. Well, that's how I use v0. I went through, quite a few iterations. Started from here. And we ended up with this. That's the whole flow. Thanks.